One a couple of these questions, Michelle, is something else. I won't even go there.
What?
This one's very simple. What has the Trump candidacy meant to you?
What?
Yeah.
An enlarged liver. How about that?
That's one question down. Thank you, Leon. That wraps that one up.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, she does have very good questions here. Why don't we try number 6? Trump supporters appear to be angry Americans, full of hate and blame, deplorables, if you will. What do you understand about their concerns? And do you have any sympathy for them?
Anybody?
That's a bad question. Should I go to another one?
No. It's a good question. Because if you've listened to the rhetoric and the on-the-spot interviews by newscasters when they stick the microphones in these people's faces, overwhelmingly you see that the Trump supporters don't have a clue. Do you know how government is run? All they know is it's too big. It's too big. Okay, well, who's going to take care of your streets? Okay, who's going to turn the lights on? All right. If government's too big, are you getting out there? No. Okay. And, you know, if they think that illegal immigrants are taking their jobs, well, they're looking in the wrong direction. They need to look at Trump, okay, who gets all his stuff made overseas. Even his wives were imported. So he doesn't even like American white women. So, so all of them say, yeah, but Hillary's crooked. Have you looked at the Trump legacy lately? Okay. He looks like the winding road. And what's that road in California that goes up, down the hill? Okay. That's the history of Donald Trump. Yeah. So I have no sympathy for ignorance, because I haven't heard yet one person who didn't have some, let's say, some paid motivations to support anything that would make him a good president. I think one lady, and I probably said this before in a previous session, that said she would have voted for Trump, but he reminded her too much of her 5 brothers throwing a temper tantrum, so she couldn't vote for him. Now, how are you going to give this dude the keys to nuclear destruction? Okay? That's a no-win situation right there. You know, we're just dead. You just might as well get your iodine pills, get your bomb shelter ready, because
right.
You know, this dude is a loose cannon.
Yeah.
If you can't control yourself during a debate where you already know the questions, okay, you got cheerleaders in the front row, how are you going to handle yourself on the international stage? You know, what kind of diplomacy skills do you have? You're going to support, depend heavily on your A team, and they'll give you things to say? That's not a president. That's a mouthpiece. Okay, that's a sock puppet. We don't need that. We need somebody who represents the best of America. That's who should lead the free world. He would be the leader of the free world. So no, I cannot sympathize with any of the Trumpsters, because how do you dismiss the rape charges, okay? And his associates, the billionaire who was with him when they raped that young girl, is in jail. So he took the fall, while Donald rolls around scot-free with his bad hairdo and small hands. So, no, we don't need a president with small hands and who makes poor fashion choices. I just have to say. Okay? And I have to believe that Hillary is packing a bag whether or not her hands are small. Okay? I think she can bring it, okay? Trump, not so much.
Well, not to throw you, Georgette, and this is funny, and it's sad, but it's funny.
Okay.
What really got me is when he bought Bill Clinton hoes and set them down there.
Yes, yes.
I mean, no, I thought it was amusing because did he really think Hillary was going to flinch?
Oh, he got the wrong woman.
Oh, girl. I said, you got to come better than that, Trump. You better come with something better than that.
Oh, that's right. And those ladies better watch out if you believe the Clinton history of body counts. They better watch out.
I like that. Why don't we get back on politics now, Donna? Let's talk about some things that are important. Because that is not that she didn't even notice they were sitting down there. She's like, girl. No, really, I really felt so bad for her because this having to deal with such an intellectual dwarf. Just to try to hold yourself together. I don't know how she did it. I'm gonna be honest with you. I actually kind of lost it towards the end, but I had to give it to her. She held up, I mean, I don't know how she. I looked at some time. Michelle and I would talk after the debates, and it's just painful, to know that.
But on the question of Trump supporters, Vanita, do you have any understanding or sympathy for them?
I have no sympathy for them. But I do have a little understanding of maybe why they feel so much hatred and contempt. If you lived in the United States of America and you're used to having everything at your disposal most of your life, the opportunity, and suddenly most of it is sent out of the country and or in their mind, and everyone else is taking their jobs, then I do understand why they feel the hatred they do, although it's manufactured in their heads. But the head is a powerful thing. What you believe is very powerful. But as far as having sympathy for them, why would you? I don't feel sorry for me. So I certainly don't feel sorry for them. I don't get that. I just don't get it. No, I have no sympathy, Michelle. Case closed. How do you feel?
Well, I do think that this is an important question to just have in our heads as the days and weeks and months go on, because whether Donald is elected or not, those people are not going away. Their concerns are not going away. Their hatred is not going away. And, so I think the rest of us who consider ourselves sane and reasonable people are going to have to figure out, how to handle it. And actually, in addition to, maybe before we went live, Benita was making the point that, we have lived through really another Great Depression, even though it has not been properly labeled so. And between lost economic opportunities, which have actually been happening for a long time in this country, but a lot of it came to a head in the early 2000s. But between that and between the actual browning of America, the changing demographics going on here, the fact that a Black man and a Black woman were in the White House, not as butlers and maids and you know, slaves, but as the head of the house. All of that has, seems to be coming together in a way that is driving working class white men in particular out of their minds, which, they never seem to have much of a grip, in the first place. And, but, I think the presence of the Obamas in the White House, it's been ugly. I mean, it's been, and that's why I wanted to ask that question about how we felt about Obama at the beginning, because, from a Black perspective, and for a lot of Black people, it has been a very empowering and uplifting thing, to turn on the news and see a Black president. I have never seen Black people so engaged in the political process as I have seen during the campaigns for Barack Obama and even throughout his presidency. So for us, it's been a positive thing. But on the other side of the coin, for the traditional racists that have run this country, it has been a very negative thing. And, sort of the beginning of that with Donald Trump and the birther movement. And so it's kind of culminated now in this Trump candidacy and whatever is going to come after it. So, I have some understanding about their concerns. I think I wouldn't call it sympathy that I have for them, because I think that what they are faced with is the challenge of change. And, and change is difficult for all of us. And they're having to learn lessons about, life doesn't always give you everything you want. They're having to learn lessons about you are not the center of the universe, and you are not the only one with needs and feelings that deserve to be met and considered. And so these are not things they want to learn, but they are things that they need to learn. And so, but I do think it's going to have implications for all of us for many years to come.
Actually, this is not very new, Michelle. I mean, during the Depression, when Black folks held a lot of the very dirty jobs, as folks would probably call it in simpler terms, many times they took the jobs from Black folks that they otherwise didn't want to do. The problem is, if that was the way it is today, they might feel a lot better. If we had those jobs and we fell into a deep recession, depression, and if they could come along and just take those jobs, there wouldn't be as big of an issue. I mean, there's still racism is going to be there. Donald Trump didn't really resurrect anything. It was just coupled with the other environmental factors. So I don't know how much influence he actually had on them. And if it wasn't for the jobs, many jobs leaving our country, big corporate, I should say, they didn't leave. It was for economic reasons, money, capitalism. There would not be as big of a problem today.
Right, and those jobs leaving has been going on since what, the 80s?
Yes.
No.
Yes. But if it's just the recession itself, the deep recession, and you didn't have loss of all those factory jobs and blue collar jobs and a lot of the white collar, no. No, they're using everything else as an excuse, but no, they would simply take the few jobs that we have away from us.
Mm-hmm.
That was what they usually, that's what I remember them doing during depressions or deep recession.
Right. So that has not been
right. They're
a
not
real option.
Right. They're not really being honest and truthful about the whole situation.
Mm-hmm.
You know. And Donald Trump is just fueling that by saying the Mexicans are here illegal, all of them, let him tell it, and taking our jobs, and all of them just take the back up.
Right.
You know.
But as you say all the time, you know, Donald Trump is going to get on his jet after this election.
That's the problem. That's what his followers don't understand. Is if women lose, and if he loses, that's not an issue. After you've gotten all you into this frenzy, because he's going to get in that Trump jet, and he's going over to that island where he got that golf course and that hotel bill, and he said, "See ya." And all you people are going to be down here like this, and he's going to be over there. Mm-hmm. You know, that's what that part I do feel sad for them. Has nobody thought about that? Why you getting out there flinging shit? And also, has no one thought that the demographics has changed, and there are more brown people in this country today, and brown people are getting tired, real tired.
Well, those Latinos have been coming out.
Oh, they're not playing. They are not playing this evening. Okay, they're not playing, and they are brown people. That's what I mean by the demographics have changed, and some of these people that are ignorant, they haven't grasped that concept. When I say brown, I ain't talking about black, just American black folks. I'm talking about brown people. There's a lot of them here now, and they're getting tired. Yeah. So Trump leaves, they might have their hands full. Not me have mine full. They might have theirs full. I hope Trump flies back in and takes care of that. If I'm not in the owner's house by next week.
Let's move on.